Um, so on the town cars, you have part of a skirt that comes down right here, and on some of them, they like to rot out. And this one is the only rotten spot on this car. The other side over here, on this opposite side, there's nothing wrong with it at all. There's no rot. There's no nothing. It's still in really good shape. No rust. This side over here, you can see a little bit of a wire. You see a little bit of wire right there, right above my head, just over my ear. And I need to get some good steel and stuff in there and get that patch back up, because when I was on this trip, all of a sudden this brake light went out. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with it. And I get to fishing around inside there, and I find this nasty harness. That somebody had hooked up to this thing when they had a receiver set up on it, like a little small 1-inch ball, like 1,500 pounds, 2,000 pounds, something like that. 1.5-inch ball, I don't know what the hell it was, 1 inch. And they left everything tucked and exposed. Started to rot. It was constantly throwing moisture up inside that all the time. So what I did was I took and I cut everything that I could possibly cut out of there, because it was letting little bits of moisture and stuff as you're going down the road. I just cut the shit all out, everything, cut it all out, all the way up until there's good metal. And now I'm gonna patch in my own metal and seal that back up, so this never has to be a problem again, and that's all sealed. And I'll paint it from the inside and I'll paint it from the outside. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm putting my first patch piece in, and then I'm gonna have to go through and fit the other pieces in. So what I did is I've kind of angled a piece of steel that would mimic the bottom of the channel that goes in the vehicle, and I've also cut a slot out where the vented part, every time you close the trunk, the little flaps will open and let it vent, and it will close back, so I can fit around that. But my tail light that went out was a wire that was corroded so bad inside the connector that it completely lost its integrity through the entire pin. I had to literally snip the wires on both sides and then hardwire them together, solder them, and then seal them up, because there was no fixing it. The connector and everything had rotted completely out of it, the pin. Motherfucker. They're sitting right over here on the floor. Literally 10 feet away. RJ, that was to you. See them stacked up over there? I already covered all this stuff, RJ. I've covered all this stuff like beating a dead horse. I've got Blizzaks on it right now with ultimate rims for the winter, and put the stock tune back in it. Yeah, let me show you what I'm doing so we can explain a little bit more, because I'm sure some people are going to talk shit, but it's not their car. So if people want to learn, they can learn. If not, then whatever, I don't give a shit. See how this here is all nice and solid, there's no rust. This is the bottom of that where the spare sits inside the trunk. It's real nice and solid, no rust at all. But this side over here rotted out, so I cut it all the way up and I cut all the rust out of it, and I cut the corner out over here, and I'm trying to reshape and rebuild the same angle that the original one had. So I put a bend in it here, I pulled the body away, I bent it up, I cut a little U shape on the other side for the vent, and now I've got this going on the right angle like the factory one would. Yeah, my welds aren't that great right now because I need to go back, clean it up, and then I'll go back over it again, because this is super thin stuff that I'm welding in right now. So now if I can get this fastened tonight and at least get it up here and secure, I'll finish it tomorrow, the next day. But I need to get something in here because this wheel is slinging all the water up inside this wheel well. So it keeps the same shape as the factory one, and I can still put a brace on it over here so I can tie the skirt up and it won't be flopping all over the place. Okay, it's fitting quite nicely actually. Alright. It's coming together pretty damn nice. Once I get it mocked up, then I can come in with some seam sealer and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be completely welded all the way around. Get it mocked up, get it exactly where you want it, come back over it with some seam sealer, paint it real good inside and out, done. Let me show you some of what I got so far. I got this channel up here. Shit. I had to cut a piece in, fit it in there. And then I had to bend this, the shape of the factory one, and run it all the way down on an angle. Then I had to come up and cut a slot for the vent that vents off the trunk whenever you close the trunk. Now I'll come back, now that I got everything mocked up, I'll need to get this piece mocked up and tacked in. And then I'll have to get this piece back here, just this little corner, mocked up and tacked in. And then once I get everything tacked in, I can come back with a little bit more heat and finish everything, and then grind it all down, because it's real crappy right now because I don't have the steel completely clean like I should. I ran out of wheels and parts closed, so I've been using shitty wheels that I have left over. So I'll come back and re-clean that over and buzz it down, hit my end cap, seam sealer all the way around, go inside the trunk, paint everything down inside that channel, seam seal from inside that channel because you can get your arm all the way down in there. Done. No issues. Almost looks like the factory angle. Strong. It's much thicker than the factory 22 gauge. I think it's 22 gauge sheet metal that's on the vehicle. So, and then I'll finish this piece off so it's a little wider right here, so it actually fits the wheel properly. And then seam seal this corner. I'll seam seal from here all the way down and all the way up, and then I'll come back on the outside and seam seal the outside, and then I'll paint over it and then undercoat it once everything dries. So this will be one entire sealed unit. And what I'll do from now on is I'll put a relief hole. I'll put 4 3/4-inch relief holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can still drain instead of being sealed up and being musty inside there. Just like this one over here has 2 big 1-inch, I think. Yeah, there's like a 1-inch hole there, and there's a 1-inch hole there. Let me buzz it all down real quick right now while we're here, just to clean it up for right now. And then I wonder if I should just go ahead and make this piece right here right now, because I'm gonna have to pull this away tomorrow and finish my weld on the back side, because you got plenty of room here to get in there and finish. What's up, man? I mean, what are they gonna say, man? I'm working on customers' vehicles, and I'm working on my own stuff. I got to get my stuff done. I mean, I got to have a reliable car to get back and forth to work. And with as much as I do for this company, I'm very, very safe with everything that I do, other than my one little eye incident. What are they gonna say? See if we can make that front piece real quick, at least just to get it tacked off and blocked off for right now. Alright guys, it's going to get a little loud, so be careful. Be right back. Done it in enough time right when I ran out of gas. I got no more gas. Well, I'm not done. So I'll show you what I got so far. And what my idea is as I'm building it, because I have no idea. As I'm going, I'm putting this together. I have an idea, and then, yeah, the argon's gone. I noticed it started sizzling, and then it started popping, and it started dropping as argon's gone. Alright, so this is what I have going on. I've built this channel all the way down to somewhat replicate the factory mold, and then I built a little bracket that seals off the end right here, and I welded the inside, and I kind of spot welded it around, welded up in here. I'm gonna have to go back and brush all this stuff up. I built a little bracket off to the side because I'm gonna seal the backside right there, seam sealer. I'm gonna have a bracket right here. It's gonna have like a half twist or quarter twist to it, where I'm gonna put the bracket here. It's gonna twist and come down for this factory body mold, so I can actually bracket this mold right there where it belongs. So I put a little bit of a ledge right here so I can build that bracket on. So I'll bracket it, twist, hold it up here where it's supposed to be, grind all this shit down, seam sealer everything, and it'll be like, unless you actually know what the hell you're looking at, nobody's ever gonna know. I'll paint it all and be done. Done, done, and done. Stout. And then I'll pull this away tomorrow, and I'll clean up my edges, and I'll go ahead and weld like little half-inch spots all the way down, seam sealer it, be done. Done. Nobody will ever see it. Alright, so I'm going to put the car down, push all my crap out of the way, and then start putting my stuff back in the trunk. put you guys right here in the trunk. I just want to get stuff done, man. I really don't have a lot of energy. Oh, I appreciate that, Eagles. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm just trying to bring different content. That's all. Not the same old stuff you guys are used to seeing all the time. Just trying to be a little bit different. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of people the last couple of days have been really generous. Today, somebody sent me AMSOIL XL right after the Rotel 5W30 full synthetic showed up. Then AMSOIL XL showed up with all the goodies from AMSOIL, and I was like, man. Then like 10 minutes later, somebody else sent me a message saying, hey, I just want to let you know I'm sending you 5W30 Redline as well and the filter that you like. And I was like, what? Who does that? You know, lately my subscribers, man, they've been hooking me up. Hooking me up, brother. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. I really do. Y'all not gonna believe this, but we had a couple show up tonight, and they have a Lincoln Navigator. It's got the 3.5 liter EcoBoost. I'm standing in the service drive because it's after hours. My general manager lets them in, and they start talking about what they're experiencing with the vehicle to make sure somebody tomorrow knows what to tell the service writer when they write it up. My general manager standing right there. You know what he introduced me to those people as? Not just some technician Rich. He said, that's the Ford boss right there. Talk to him. He knows exactly what's going on with your car. I said, what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. I smell smoke. It must be a fire. Ain't nobody got time for that. I probably didn't say it all right, but... Oh my God, they're so hard to get these out of here. Golly, God doggy. Yeah, I think it's merch time. I think you're right. Everybody's been asking for it lately. putting the spare tire back where it goes. It's a Expedition behind me, yes. I do, but I quit doing it like almost a year ago, just because I got lazy. I got sloppy. It was all my fault. But I told my girl after this last trip that we were on, that I can't keep doing that to myself anymore. And I said, you know, no junk food today, which I woke up, no junk food, no nothing at all day today. Drank water, hydrated. I had a little small sausage patty with some egg and a little bit of some cheddar cheese. And then for lunch I had some asparagus, some broccoli, and a little bit of cauliflower with some butter and salt on it. And I felt completely fine. And tonight I'm not even hungry, so I'll go home and probably drink some water and stuff like that. Make sure I got some good electrolytes going in, and then just sleep on it. Just try to keep my mind right. It's completely my fault. You know, we're our own worst enemy when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, today was my first day back on it full-fledged, so we'll see what happens. I mean, if you guys see changes over the next couple weeks or couple months, let me know. But that's where I'm at now. Is I went straight back to clean eating after this little 4-day Alabama trip. These are the tools I keep in my truck, my trunk. A 3/8 socket set and extension, power probe, test light, angle plier, needle nose pliers, tape, clip puller tool, I keep a spare air ride module for these town cars in here in case it goes out. This is a fiberglass handle from a 15-pound sledge, and it split when I was we were working at the diesel shop. So I kept the handle and I taped it all up all the way down so it won't splinter anymore. And I keep this in my vehicle for protection if I ever need it. Well, plus I have my side piece, but I'm just saying it's always nice to have more than one form off. Right there. That sucker won't break, and it'll whop the hell out of somebody. I do carry a can of Fix-A-Flat. You never know when you might need it. This is Dremel with Dremel bits and stuff in here. I keep it in that bag, charged. This is a Topdon battery tester that I got shit spilled all over it. I gotta get it wiped off. Quarter-inch drive extensions and quarter-inch drive ratchet. I always keep a couple Scotch-Brites in the trunk as well. You never know when you got a clean battery terminal, something, whatever it may be, and you don't have tools. At least you got something. You know, I just always have a couple of them. I got a couple of them in my box. I got a couple of them in my car. I got a couple of them in the truck. I got a bunch of them in my storage. I got a bunch of them at my other shop. I always have some Scotch-Brite around. Always got a bag of zip ties. These are, I think these are, what are these? 49 foot-pound long zip ties. I always got these everywhere I go. You never know when somebody runs off the road. You might have to get off the road to get somebody or get in the mud to help somebody. I got a pair of cheap hiking boots from Walmart. They were $59.99, then they marked them down to $23, then they marked them down to $16. I ended up picking these Ozark hiking boots up for like $8, and they work phenomenal for shit jobs. Have a light, LED light. Safety glasses. When's the last time you see one of these old filters? You ain't seen one of those in a long time. You know who makes that? Does anybody know what filter design this is? Just look at the case. There's only one manufacturer that makes a filter like this, with this spots up here, the crease in the center. Does anybody know who this is? I give you a hint. It's not American. No, close. It ain't man. No, not Bosch. The question is, who? This is an old GM filter. See the crease right here in the center? See the big mouth with the big openings, and it's kind of got like a more bellied out center? Who makes this type of filter? What other company? John is the closest so far. It is a German filter. I think it's German anyway. I'm pretty sure it's German. I ordered a brand new one off of Amazon not too long ago, and I cut it open and I was like, wait a second, this looks just like that other GM filter I cut open, and one of the GM Master Techs popped up, and he said that's because the same company that makes the filter you just cut open is the one that used to make that back in the day. It was a damn good filter. There you go. 90s kid got it. 90s kid got it. It's Hengst. It's the same design as all the Hengst filters when you cut them open. Identical. And I thought to myself, damn, that was a damn good filter. Why did GM ever stop doing any of that stuff and go with Champion and Fram or whoever the hell it is that they go with now? They should have just left that filter the way it was. That's a damn good filter. Those pleats literally go from one end of that filter all the way to the other, and they actually utilize the case as a spot to hold everything together. In this case, on this thing, is stout. They should have never stopped letting Hengst make those filters. Were phenomenal filters. Always gotta have an extra of this in the car. If you know what that is, you know what that is. We ain't gonna talk about it, but I always keep an extra. Always. When I run out, I'm finna go back and put some more in. And that's just how it is, Jack. Oh my God, Robert, I've cut open so many damn filters. You should see the amount of money that I've spent on filters, from $3 filters
to $34 filters or $30 filters, whatever it was. That Ford racing one that was like $29.99 or whatever the hell, and then that Volkswagen one that was $34.99. It had a big giant 3-piece case to it, and Volkswagen has some of the weirdest damn filters I've ever seen in my life. I made a mistake on that. There were some people that corrected me on that filter, and they said, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. If we're talking about the older, this thing's acting up right now, guys. Alright, I gotta put you up over here while y'all gonna have to talk for a second. Let me just go ahead and knock out this trunk and get this Dodge Charger out of the way, because I'm low on battery life right now. But yeah, I'll be able to write it off. Difference in Ford Racing versus the normal 820. The Ford Racing can is way bigger. There's a crap ton more pleats for filtering, and it's supposed to be a little bit less restrictive. It's a damn good filter, but it is so expensive, man. You should see, yeah, Bryce, you should see the amount of money that I've had to put into this. Sometimes orders $200 to $300 at a time for filters just to come in. At one time, I had the whole damn top of this whole workbench that's got shit all over it right now, all full of filters, stacked tall. Filters. Pennzoil Basic, Pennzoil Ultra, what the hell? Pennzoil Silver. What was the green filter I cut open? It says fully synthetic inside, and it's got like the turtle and stuff on it or whatever. I'm like, I never see it. I've never even seen some of these damn filters, man. I would just, if I was you, Ryan, I would just keep running the Motorcraft one. I just have a preference of this filter. It seems to do very well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this stuff away real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll let you all talk and wind down, because when I put this away, I'm moving this Challenger, and I'm getting the hell out of here. Anybody have a spare Lincoln Continental mirror glass sitting in their trunk? No? You don't say? I do. I do right here. Right here. Driver's side, Lincoln Continental, mirror glass. 98 to 2002 or something like that. I don't know. I forget. I just ordered my mirror because my defrost is going out and it's cracking, spidering my mirror across the whole thing. Let me go move this damn Challenger out of the way. smokes. It is time to go home. Well, that's it, guys. That's all we got for today. Stock exhaust? No. It's not stock on this car. The town car's idle.
It's Roush 5-liter Coyote axleback, where the end of it's been modified to fit a town car, and then 2.5-inch exhaust up and over into a Flowmaster 2.5-inch in and out X-pipe into 2.5-inch exhaust going into the cats. I tried the straight pipe and everything else. I liked it for a little bit, but it got really annoying. I needed something more mellow and tuned. I tried Magnaflows and all this other stuff. I didn't like none of that shit. Once I put the Flowmaster X pipe on there with the Roush 5-liter axleback exhaust, whew, game changer. Cleaned everything up. Little to no drone at all, and it's just clean. Clean. Damn thing will stay. Holy yo. Let me put my case on it. Your phone won't stay where it's at. I like it. I like the way it sounds. I took the tuning and everything out of it, so it's a little bit more mellow now. Before I actually had like made it sound like a two-step was set up and everything like that. Cleaned it up so it wasn't all poppy and stuff like it was with wide open exhaust. I've seen all these guys on the internet talking about how it sounds so awesome and that sounds so awesome, and then I found cutting the exhaust and dumping it the way I did actually sounded better than all the other guys that I've seen. And then once I started using my knowledge on how to put stuff together, I was like, huh, I wonder if I take that 5-liter Roush, those Roush cans, they're like, it's between $675 and $800 for the kit. And we had a customer come in, and he wanted Cervini's kit put on his Roush Mustang. He wanted the Roush exhaust off of it. And I said, well, what are you going to do with that Roush exhaust? And he said, I don't want it. He said, I'm ready for something much louder than what I got. So I could keep it? And he said, yeah, have it. I don't care. The guy had like 2 or 3 of these Mustangs, or whatever. It's just his toys. So I kept the exhaust. And then I went online to figure out how much the Axleback Roush exhaust cost from Roush. And it's between, if you get it from American Muscle and stuff for like $675, $700, you get it from like Roush $750, $775. And I was like, score! It's going on the town car. And then once I put it on, I was like, you know what? This ain't that bad. I kind of like this. And that's all she wrote, folks. I've already got videos up on that, Russell, to show exactly how it's done. I have one with the pan drop and a filter.
I have one with just a basic exchange, and I have one with a full exchange. So I already have those videos up. Oh, PI. Well, PI? Is that PI? I think it's PI. You missed it. We're about to leave now. Yeah, I'm at work at 12 a.m. I had to get my own stuff done, man. There was something that was bothering me. It had to be done. It was causing some problems.